Nowadays, we hear all this stuff about cloud computing and decentralized computing. What does this mean? Well, first of all, there's an industry standard, believe it or not. It's not proprietary to Microsoft or any particular vendor, called the Internet Printing Protocol. And when we advertise a printer on a local area network, you do so using a set of rules called protocols. And Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, TCP/IP, is part of it, but not all of it. Now, again, I need to be careful that I don't get us too far off the track. For now, just know that Internet Printing Protocol, or IPP, defines a specification for advertising network printers over HTTP, the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So as you see it right, I have two print queues that I'm managing from a Windows Server 2012 R2 machine, and I, as an administrator, or even my users, potentially can get to the print queues via HTTP rather than using some other method from the command line or from a File Explorer window. Apple, in their proprietary world, has a peer-to-peer network printing protocol called AirPrint, and this is convenient. I think I've told you in the past that at my home we're a complete Apple shop, and in my office complete Windows, so I get the best of both worlds, I guess. But as you see here, I'm looking at a cnet.com webpage on my iPhone, and when I click the little print icon, I get a pop-up, and sure enough, I can print wirelessly to our Wi-Fi printer using AirDrop. The Apple networking stack uses another protocol called Bonjour. This is Apple's implementation of another group of technologies called Zero Configuration Networking, or Zero Conf. Bonjour is the secret sauce that makes it so easy for different Apple devices to communicate with each other. Now, moving on, another service is Google Cloud Print. If you have a free Gmail account, you already have access to Cloud Print. It's one of the many Google services that they offer their free members. And what you're doing here is advertising your businesses or your home's printers across the internet. So it's feasibly that you could submit a print job from outside your office and have it waiting for you when you get back to the office, or from the other side of the world. Now, I hope you're thinking along the lines of security, like, well, geez, you're talking about IPP, and when I think of web pages, I think of public accessibility. With Google Cloud Print, do I really want my small office, home office printer available across the world? Well, you definitely should be thinking along those lines, as I said. That's not to say that you shouldn't use these protocols, but you need to ask yourself, am I looking at this from a gee whiz perspective, or is this something I really can use? And if it's something that I really could use, make sure you follow best practices to keep the situation secure. When you've installed the Google Cloud Printer, which again refers to your own printer or printers in your business or home network, you can, for instance, be on your laptop somewhere else in the world, and when you do a file print, notice that your Google Cloud Printer shows up in the printer list, and you could submit that job. Now, I've always been a little suspicious, or maybe not suspicious, but skeptical is the best word, because 9 times out of 10, when I need a printout, I need it locally. I may be traveling and I'm in a hotel. What's the point of printing my boarding pass 1,000 miles away back at the office? I need it with me. But that having been said, I'm just presenting you some opportunities here and some options. And of course, you need to know about these technologies for your A+ test. Finally, a more secure option for accessing your network printers from outside the office is to use a virtual private network, or VPN. This is a secure tunnel across the public internet, and there's services. LogMe and Hamachi is one that I personally use, but there are many others that allow you to be very granular and very secure in how you're exposing your internal multifunction printer for remote access.